Welcome everyone. My name is Sierra Ladroma. I'm the project manager for the Iowa Center's Women's Business Center. The Iowa Center's Women's Business Center is funded in part through a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration. It's incredible to be able to bring inspiring entrepreneurs, workshops, and events to the community. Many of you would have received an email with a form to complete. Please do so after this event. This information allows us to continue providing free educational programming for small business owners in Iowa. Throughout the webinar, feel free to use the chat option to ask questions or add comments. And today's conversation is with Trisha Rivas and Hannah Arendt. Hannah started her career at Trixie Salon in 2010. She is a manager, director of education, and social media coordinator. Hannah loves sharing and educating others on the possibilities that are out there for social media and online marketing. Trisha is a native Des Moines Southsider and owner of Trixie Salon since 2007. Trisha leads a team of 19 amazing hairdressers. Her motto is, "Hairdressers can change the world." She also founded the nonprofit called Dream Catchers Foundation, where licensed beauty professionals provide free beauty services to those in need here in Des Moines. Ladies, we are so excited and thankful to have you join us today. The screen is yours.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Sierra. And I wish we could see your guys' beautiful faces.
I know. It's weird.
We're all still getting used to doing all this Zoom stuff. We're such in-person people that, but we're getting the hang of it.
Yeah. So I'm Hannah. She's Trisha. When my hair was shorter, people would think that I was her sometimes when they watched it. But now,
or my daughter,
or her daughter, or her sister, or her niece, or whatever it is.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to actually kind of bounce off of Hannah because, as Sierra said, Hannah is definitely our social media guru. Anything with social media, branding, marketing, Hannah and I work closely together as a team. We're definitely both the idea person, but Hannah's always the one to implement it. She's definitely taught me a lot about technology. When I do something, that I'm so proud of, like even just checking an email, I'll send her a message and be like, "Oh my gosh, Hannah, I just did this by myself. Can you believe it?"
She's definitely moved past being able to simply check emails, I promise. She can do a lot of things now.
Yeah.
But, it's all about this about branding, but with social media specifically, that just shows you, you don't have to be a super technical person at all. You can be, and if you are, you'll probably be really successful with knowing like algorithms and things like that. It's always good to know someone like that that can share. So, and I'm not that person either. Who knows? I think that stuff is super interesting, but I'm not ever the first to know that stuff. I have somebody I ask too, and that's our friend Andy, which we'll share with you about hers later on.
Yeah,
so,
and I think Andy's going to be doing class.
Yeah,
also.
Andy, I think, is it the next one maybe even? I don't know for sure. It's coming up very
So
soon.
she
Andy
just
Fagan.
had hers.
Or she just had hers.
She did?
Yeah.
Even better.
It was awesome, yeah.
So she's wonderful. And we'll share some more about what she does to help us. But personal branding, here is our wonderful, everyone can see our screen, correct? Now we're good. So here's a picture of Trisha and I, which we wanted to include because it really embodies our own personal branding. So with Trixie's, obviously Trixie's is a brand in itself and consists of many, almost 19 people now, or maybe 19, can't even keep track a lot of the time, but there's Trixie's branding and then there's personal branding. It totally depends on what kind of business you are, and a lot of for you, you are your business because you're just getting started. So eventually, hopefully someday there will be someone who could maybe help you and to take some of that once you grow. And that's how we started too. I mean, Trisha, she literally got Facebook because of Trixie. She was like, I guess I better get on this train, And so she got it and she learned how to use it just because, it was such an important part of spreading the word about Trixie's and our business as we were opening. So we're here to share, branding tips and tricks, things that have been successful for us, things that have not been. With any new business, obviously there's a lot of things that you'll try that maybe won't, you might not benefit as much from.
Yes.
And, you know, we try to just learn from each other, learn from what we learned over the years. And we're just so excited for all of your new businesses. And we're so excited to, you know, after today, find you on social media and all of that fun stuff. So this photo was actually from our podcast. So Trisha and I have a podcast. We have a few ventures. A podcast is one, and it goes along with the Trixie's brand, but it's called Split Ends and Friends. And we talk with all different people, not just hairstylists, but talk about with lots of small businesses about what they do, what they have to share. They tell their stories. So that's where we did this, where we wanted to show off each of our personalities, but still have it be Trixie's and still have it be, you know, each of us separately, because we each have our own little thing. You know, Trisha's Marilyn Monroe with her pose, and I'm like Marilyn Monroe with my pose, but we're two different Marilyns.
It is fantastic. And, you know, and a big reason why we started the podcast too is that at Trixie's, you know, we talk about, we're not just hairstylists.
Yeah.
We're not just a hair salon. We embody community and giving back to the community, and we love to support small businesses. So like Hannah said, it's not just about having hairstylists come on, or even people with the salon industry. Most of the time, it's not even that. It's locally small businesses to get on and talk about their business and promote their business.
Yeah,
which we love.
And think of maybe one of your favorite local businesses that is successful. Think about them. I can guarantee you they aren't just focusing about what they sell. They're doing things in the community.
Yes.
They are working with other people. All of that stuff is what makes them successful, not just, you know, this is what I sell, buy it, or even just posting out into the internet without really any purpose behind it either. Because that's not what we're telling you to do.
No. Yeah.
So just talking about Trixie's as a brand a little bit with this first slide, we just thought it'd be fun to include like just little things about how our branding has changed. So, you know, you have branding as it talks about like who you are as a business, what goods or services you might provide, but then also the branding, like the imagery, the logo. So we just thought that would be fun to include. So here's our first one, which was had all the whoopsies. There we go. It had all the stuff and the bird, and that was our first version. So that was 2010. Birds were, I don't know if you remember, and I don't know if anyone does remember how popular birds were for a while. They were on everything. It was birds, we loved them. But then eventually we thought, okay, we're going to rebrand just a little bit and simplify. So then it was just Trixie's. And that was great. But then eventually we kind of expanded it a little bit again, because we wanted something that would be better for posting imagery, something that would translate better to different things. And then now we are Trixie Salon and Spa, which is really exciting. So it's always consistent feel to it, but you know, you're not going to be the same in a few years as you are now with your business, and that's okay. So at some point you just have to dive in and get started, and then you can always tweak things a little bit.
And as far as with branding, one thing that I've learned, and Hannah too, with taking classes, is that it's always a good thing to rebrand every 5 years. And when we talk about rebranding, you know, changing your logo up a little bit, changing your colors, but one thing you always want to stay consistent with is your mission. Okay, there's a huge difference between staying consistent with your mission, which we always do at Trixie's, and then changing up your branding, which we've done, you know, about every 3 to 5 years, we've always changed. And when we've added salons, we've always changed a little bit of our imagery too, but we've always went back to staying true to our mission. So just remember that also.
So that kind of comes into what personal branding really is in general. We've kind of talked about a few aspects, from social media to your logo to who you are as a business, your mission. And so that's it's everything. It's how you appear to the world and how you want to appear to the world. and not just appear, but, just who you are.
Authentically.
Authentically to everyone else. So it's, of course, when you got your idea to start your business, it probably wasn't because you were like, I just won't feel like making a bunch of money and spending a bunch of extra work for a few years just for fun,
Because let's be honest, all of our new entrepreneurs on here right now are thinking, money?
I know, yeah, right? So you're doing it because of a reason. You've got a story, and it's so important to tell your story with anything. And I don't know if you've checked out Trixie's at all on social media, but follow us, we'll follow you back and all that good stuff. But we do try to share our story as well as just, what we do. Not just what we do, but hair. We're not just posting hair. We're not just posting byproducts. Yep. There's some of that because, of course, we're still a business and we're
a service industry.
Yeah, but, people care about like our team, and they care about what we're doing in the community, even the dumb stuff we're saying in the back room. That's all of our brand.
It is.
It really is. Mm-hmm. And so you might not fully know what it even is yet, but I'm sure you at least have your mission, who you are as a business, and you can grow everything else.
Yeah.
How you want it to.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, most definitely. So today I wore my Dolly Parton earrings. So one thing that we love to talk about in our branding too is we are huge supporters of Dolly Parton, the movie Steel Magnolias. And when we first opened Trixie's, it was definitely, we want to have that Truvy salon feel from Steel Magnolias and having it be a family salon. And we do talk about that in our branding because, again, we're not just a salon. We're not just doing hair. We are building relationships and we are doing work in the community. And anybody that knows us, if we were to ask them, they're not going to ever they might not even say we're a hair salon at first, Hannah. They might say, oh my gosh, we see them at this event. They do that with this event. Oh,
I've heard of Trixie's.
Yeah.
It's just, we're Trixie's. It's funny.
It is. And we love when we go to events and, it might just be a couple of us and they'll be like, where's the rest of the gang? Because again, that is a part of our branding because we're a family. We are a family, and that definitely shows.
Absolutely. I'm going to pull up one of our poll number 2. If we could do poll, Vanna, if you would please.
Vanna.
Poll number 2. We would love for you to answer that on if you do have a mission statement. I'm sure with all the amazing things that the center does and Sierra does to help everyone, that I'm sure they've helped you probably come up with that, but that is one of the definitely places to start.
Yes.
To truly outline and make it clear to others too what you're doing as a business, who you are, because sometimes it's hard to piece that together right away with a new business. You want to kind of just know right ahead, this is what to expect.
And our mission statement has changed twice.
Oh yeah.
Our mission statement has changed twice.
Yeah, I tried to find our original mission statement written out. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But it was vastly different than what we have now. I mean, it was perfect and I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was like each letter of Trixie's stood for a whole sentence.
Yes.
So it was like a lot of words, a lot of parts. So I feel like maybe over time we just kind of honed in on exactly. I mean, nothing changed as far as we're not what we were before. We just
made it simpler.
Made it simpler and a little bit more clear. And so our mission statement is just kind of short and sweet to really give you a powerful message of who we are. So most people have a mission statement. If you don't, that's awesome. Hopefully those that don't, you're able to get some inspiration on creating one.
And you guys, I want to touch base on the mission statement. When you are unclear on something in your business, always go back to your mission statement. Sincerely, it will never steer you wrong. Always go back to that mission statement and remind yourself of why it is that you started your business. Because let's be honest, and like Hannah said, 9 times out of 10, it is not about money. It's because you have a dream, you have a passion that you want to do something amazing in the community. So again, 9 out of 10 times it's not about money. So always go back to that mission.
So for us, our promise is to beautify the world around us through our craft, education, and through relationships with our guests. We are led by our passion for giving back and pledge to lead an impact on our community. So that's ours. And like I said before, it was a version of it. It was just different, and we kind of redid it, and we did it together, which has obviously a personal tie to it for everyone who helped. Of course, again, we know that you're starting and you are your business right now, but eventually you'll have more people on your side, on your team, and you might, grow. But yeah, we love just to have it nearby, even just to remember. You're like, why am I here? What am I even doing? Why am I doing this? Yes. And I don't even own Trixie's. I help manage it, and I get that too. So.
Yeah. And Hannah has been with me from the very beginning, you guys. I meant to say that at the beginning of the Zoom call. So she truly is Trixie's also. She has been with me through the nitty gritty. She was my very first stylist, my very first person that I hired.
Trixie's was not all the way built yet. I was just like, kind of went on faith that it was like all going to be great. And then it was, and of course we went and saw it and it was amazing, but
yeah. But I think that goes back to also is that before we opened, I was very true in what my mission and what my vision was. Yeah. And I was able to tell potential employees what that was. Here's my mission, here's my vision, here is where I see us going into the future. And you guys, that took me months.
And that is really, months. I mean, and as an employee, that is what I was excited about, not just doing hair, because I was going somewhere to do hair. I knew that was a part of it, but I was excited about the things we were going to do in the community, and we were going to do fashion shows, and we were going to be involved in different things. And so the mission statement was really embodied that. And like, that was one of the only thing I think I could find about Trixie's when I Googled it.
Yeah.
Because it was still so new. And I was like, well, this sounds great.
Yeah. And I was advertising on Craigslist. So let's talk again about branding and marketing, how things have changed, you guys. I mean, my goodness, now we find our potential employees on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. Is Craigslist even still around?
It is, but people don't trust it. The Craigslist killer really, that movie really changed things up.
Yeah.
We know too much.
Yeah, we do.
So moving on to a little bit about what kind of comes together to create our brand is a lot of our collaborations. It's not just us, it's everyone that we've worked with in the community, and the fact that we really are better together. I think even if you follow, I'm sure Sierra knows that I keep bringing her up, but if you follow Inner Circle or any of those businesses, it's the same thing. It's about the fact that we're better together, and any opportunity. I mean, when we started, we would basically do the sunset, do anything. Like we were like, let's try it. If it doesn't pan out, it doesn't. Eventually we started realizing, okay, maybe we won't do the most expensive, like we'll pick and choose the ones, and we'll do as many free things as we can.
And there were companies, you guys, that after we had found out a partnership with them, they weren't in alignment with our mission and our culture.
Yes.
But you know what? We would have never known that until we had tried it. So, it's kind of like for food for us. We're huge foodies at Trixie's. First of all, we love food. We'll give it a try. If we don't like it, we won't do it again.
Yeah.
But you don't know unless you try it.
So, we'll have people come and stopping by. It was years ago. We'd have people stopping by about their, business that they're starting up for it was like a local version of Groupon, stuff like that, where we're like, we don't know. We'll check it out. If we don't want to do it, we don't do it. Or if we try it once, we try it.
Yeah.
But that's how we got a lot of things done, just by trying things. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go and do everything. You can learn from some of our things that maybe, really think of, does it align with your mission?
Yes.
And it's a different world now. Like at that time, it was just different. Like I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's people talk more about small businesses.
Yeah,
now.
they do. Yeah, the climate of the world is definitely different.
People think about like they want to support their small business.
Yes.
And
Oh, yes.
I feel like that's
They want to
changed a
support
little.
brands that they really believe in. They want to support brands that are giving back to the community, that are also supporting small businesses. Again, like Sierra had said earlier, you know, what she's loving about the center is everybody's posting items that they're purchasing from small businesses. We love that. You know, on Fridays, we do Trixie's Friday favorites on things that we have just bought or where we've ate at, or you know, things that we want to try. Again, that's very, very important to us, because as you guys will know, communities support businesses that support them. Truly, they do.
Yes.
That is the biggest thing, and always remember that. And always remember, Des Moines is very, very small. It's very small. And with that said, too, before we move on, I just want you to know you're not always going to be for everybody either, you guys. And that is okay, too. Truly, that is okay. And that is something I think that was a little hard for me in the beginning, you know, because I wanted to please everybody. We're a hair salon. We should be able to cut everybody's hair.
Yeah.
Well, hell no. That is not how it works. So again, being very clear on what your mission and vision is will help with that.
Yeah.
Will truly
And
help
to
with
know,
that.
like, in your heart.
Yes.
Like, know in your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah. And we lead a lot with our heart.
Everyone you could probably think of a business that you've seen where things just don't add up.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh my gosh, yeah.
something's off with the mission, or, you know, you know.
Yes, very much so. Very, very much so.
So we love to be creative. We love ideas. So we've done a lot of different things. And obviously you guys have all different kinds of businesses. You're not necessarily a salon, but there are so many different opportunities with all different kinds of businesses. I mean, we've done things like done photo shoots with different businesses. So for example, a wedding, we would have a vendor who does decorating, a vendor who does wedding dresses, a vendor who does, so we're highlighting other businesses, but then also highlighting ourselves. And then we're, of course, able to use all that stuff to post online, and then, you know, in turn, credit everyone that's in the photos. So it just helps spread the word about your business. Because obviously at the beginning, that is a huge, huge part, is just spreading the word.
So it creates a lot of content for us just
yeah,
naturally.
Exactly. I mean, you're helping each other create content and making it a lot easier than you having to do all of that yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want some really beautiful photos, but not have any clue how to do some of the things. Have somebody who specializes in that.
Yeah.
And again, that's a way to, when you're just getting started, to do something with, you know, really affordably, creating content, being able to market, use that stuff on social media, again, affordable as far as marketing goes, and a great way to spread the word.
Yeah. And you guys, sincerely, for all of you on here, please reach out to us. Sincerely, we would love to highlight your businesses.
Yeah.
Come and do a live video, or we can do a live Zoom. We love, love, love to do that stuff. We do. And as far as with our content, Hannah, don't you think that half of it is planned out, but we do a lot of organic posting.
Definitely.
We really do. And that, again, that's our style.
Yes.
That is very much our style.
Yes. Some other things we've done, events, of course, giveaways. So one I wanted to highlight was something we did when everyone kind of first got shut down in March. So we kind of were obviously like, uh-oh. We're like, what do we do? What's happening? So we're like, okay, well, we can at least do some kind of gift card thing, just to kind of help everybody float through a little bit. Again, keep posting about other businesses, special things they're offering right now. So we did a little giveaway, and then wrote a blog about it. And so what's nice about creating a blog is it talks about one thing and then directs them to your website. So you're doing more than one thing, if that makes sense. So you're not just having a giveaway, but you're getting more traffic to your website, that kind of thing, which we'll get more into more of that stuff. But I just wanted to show you kind of like how we posted about this giveaway and then tag everyone. So
a call to action.
You always, of course, you're helping to promote each other. So we've got all of these different things. And, there is somebody is offering has a different value that they're offering, you know, like they're offering different kinds of things. So you've got a spa, you've got shopping, you've got makeup, you've got hair. So things like that are really great because you're, again, going together, all of your followers together, friends and family are all seeing it, and it's spreading that much quicker.
I think something that's really cool too was seeing Serendipity Spa on there. And you guys, we do a lot of collaborations with a lot of other salons and spa. We love East Village Spa. We love Serenity, Mark Stevens. You know, again, it's all about collaborations. There is enough business to go around for everybody. And again, you're not going to be for everybody, and that is okay. You know, they're not a competition. They're definitely an area for a collaboration. So don't ever be afraid to reach out to someone that's in the same business as you and ask them if they're more seasoned to be a mentor. You know, get in there and ask them questions and have a mentorship. I don't know where we would be without our mentors. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. With the collaborations, like kind of how we decide, I mean, I think that's one thing that we've learned is you just want to make sure they're your people, like your visions align.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be a little choosy about that.
Oh, very much so.
But I mean, at the same time, you know, get yourself out there, but you'll find your people that you get, you know, work well together, collaborate well with. And whether it's, I don't know, you're providing a service and you could partner up with somebody who's providing a product that might help you add to the value of your service or something like that. It's hard to speak specifically to it because we've got different sorts of businesses, but if you need ideas on that, we love thinking of, it's like always like hitting, what is it? 2 birds with one stone.
Oh my
like
gosh,
hit
yeah.
as many birds with one stone.
Yes.
That sounds really
bad. And we love ideas, you guys, and we have so many of them. So again, please do not hesitate to reach out to Hannah and I, because we would love to help sincerely and do some brainstorming together.
Yeah. And another big part of it is that Trisha, of course, learned after a few years was to keep track of your return on your investment.
I wish I would have done that from the very beginning, to think back about the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that, you know, had been spent, maybe not wisely, because I wasn't paying attention to the numbers as well as I should have. So again, you learn usually the hard way, and that's okay. It's an area of opportunity, but to definitely pay attention to your ROI. And that's return on investment.
Return on investment. And of course, your return on investment might not just be dollars, it might be numbers of new customers or whatever it might be. And it will probably change like the more you have, you know, the longer you're established. Because obviously in the beginning you're have, you know, depending on how much money you have a get-go.
Exactly.
With grants and things.
Exactly. And you guys, how we do it at Trixie's as far as with a benchmark, I stick between a 6 to 8% of what I spend on marketing yearly is how I work from that. Now, those numbers sometimes change depending on what we had did the year before as far as with revenue, but I definitely try to stick within that range. So.
But with that, that's why we kind of talk about social media so much, is it's such a great way to market yourself. Of course, there's money you can invest in that, obviously, but you can just start by creating a page and posting content once a day and, you know, building from there. It doesn't have to be this big project until you're ready for that, you know, or ready to maybe hire someone out to help you, or ready to have an virtual assistant or whatever it might be to help you, because obviously at the beginning it's you doing it and learning as you go.
You're wearing all the hats.
Yeah, exactly. Like we talk about hiring different people to help with like Google and talking about Andy, you know, this is a recent thing, you know. We've been doing it ourselves for years, and then we're finally like, you know, we've done as much as we are able to do, that we know how to do. We need someone to help us organize it and take us to the next level.
Yeah. And also too, you guys, time is money. And, you know, there are other things that Hannah and I want to do within our business that we wanted to hire Andy out. That is her specialty.
Yeah, and she can do it.
Yes,
a lot easier than us
Yes.
laboring for hours trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
And that's worth the investment in itself.
Very much so. Very,
so
very
being
much so.
choosy about those people, and again, you'll find those people that truly want to like be on your team and help. Like that's what happened with Andy. She's like, I can help you in so many ways.
Yeah.
Let me show you how I can help you. And she was able to.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have people like that can help.
Yeah, and she definitely feels like she's a part of our family.
Yeah.
When she came to the first meeting, I mean, the amount of information that she brought, and we had met with other people like Andy before, and we're never as organized or prepared like she has been. And so instantly we knew that she was going to be a part of the Trixie's family. But again, she's very involved in the community. She's very involved with Fuse DSM, and that was very, very important to us, to be able to support someone that also supports the community. And let's be honest, she's a rock star.
Absolutely. So I'm just catching up on the commentary. Is everybody still able to hear us and all that? They must be able to now. If you have any questions thus far, feel free to put them in the chat. We're kind of, you know,
going back and forth.
Going back and forth. We could just kind of talk about things for hours. So that's kind of collaborations. We wanted to talk a little bit about like what are we even talking about when we talk about posting things, talking about content, talking about all of that stuff, like how many different forms of content you can create. There's a ton. It doesn't just have to be a picture with a caption. It could be a video. Oh, I'm so sorry. It could be a video. It could be a boomerang. It could be stories on Instagram, video, you know, behind the scenes, blog, newsletter, email marketing. I think the more you get into social media, the more you'll realize that they all go together. So like, for example, we create a video, okay? Let's say at one of our stylists, we create a video on how to style someone's hair. So then we take that video and we post it on our Instagram TV. And then we also take that video and we add it to YouTube. We also take that video and we add it to our blog. And then we post the link to the blog, and it drives people to our blog, that takes them to our YouTube channel. And just that one video, we've gotten like 17,000 different ways of sharing it. And so that is why it's so valuable. And, you know, again, it took some time, but other than that, you know, you're able to get a huge return on that, just exposure. And then, you know, if you're selling something, or especially online, even better, you're driving people to your shop or whatever it may be.
So always having a call to action with whatever you post. So whether it's like in Instagram, you know, having the call to action back to our website, having a call back to action on a special that we might be running, all of that. But I wanted to highlight what Hannah put under creating content. You guys always remember this. Take a screenshot of this, because this is the most important. You must sell more than a product and experience a feeling. What are you sharing, and what is the best way to convey that? Again, it is about sharing an experience and how it makes people feel. That is the most important, because again, you can post stuff all day and you could post pictures, but if there's nothing at the end of that, or a callback or a story behind it, people will not be engaged. They will not be engaged.
And with just, you know, there's so many specifics about Facebook and Instagram that we can talk about, but you have to be kind of strategic about what you post. And like, this is going to sound really dumb, but like Facebook knows if you're just shooting out generic content. It'll stop posting stuff as much, you know, stuff like that. They want to see videos. Videos are always going to be better exposure, things like that. And none of this has to be perfect.
People don't want perfect.
People don't want it to be perfect.
No.
And no one has enough time to edit videos. Like, gross. I hate doing that.
They want it to be authentic.
Why do you think we always do live videos? Because you don't have to overthink it.
No.
We don't have to claim to have some kind of video editing capabilities that we don't have to make it look like,
no.
You know, because it's just simpler that way. If you're good at it, that's great.
Yeah.
Do it because people will appreciate that. But I tried so many times and I got just so annoyed by it that no.
Yeah. No. We're not going to be doing any type of contouring or making sure we look like we've lost 20 pounds.
No.
We're going to be doing live videos right from the bed.
I mean, we do like our lighting. Our lighting is always great and whatnot. But if you just, it's showing up and being yourself and just showing up on video is so much better than not doing it ever because you're scared, because what is that going to get you?
Yeah. One of our best return on investments is when we did our podcast. No, we did a live video in our pajamas from a podcast that we were doing in my bed with my dog. I mean, you guys, and it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had so much fun doing it. We had so much engagement. And honestly, it was just nothing that was planned. It was just on a whim, and it felt authentic for us to do. And people loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, Wendy says that's her biggest frustration is the Facebook algorithm. It is frustrating. And that's another reason why we did hire on someone like Andy, because her job is researching that stuff to know how it's changing, she loves that stuff. So she's able to tell us, like, because it's going to constantly change. Just as soon as you think you have it figured out, it changes. So all you can really do is do the best you can, build a solid brand that people want to know about and not, just keep up with. And make a point to follow with like true content that is really authentic to you and actually has, something good, some information or something to it that they can take away.
Yeah. And you guys, another key thing, people will know when you are not being authentic. They will know when you are giving them a lot of BS. Trust me.
Yeah. No one wants to see the staged, stuff anymore. You just don't. Commercial, like,
and they won't be getting that at Trixie's.
No, that's not what.
Yeah, that's not us.
We've never been that way, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But with content, reusing content's great too. I know, like during COVID-19 shutdown, like of course we weren't creating the same kind of content. Yeah. We tried our best to
have some consistency,
but you're not going to have hair photos coming out of this or anything clearly. So we found some some previous videos and things that were still relevant that we were able to reshare, and were just as successful as anything new, just because it was just, we just found the right things that were appropriate. We're not telling people like, we use stuff that like maybe we knew people were at home more, so we would post more of our tutorials of like at home beauty treatments.
Oh my gosh, like that. Skincare.
Skincare.
Yes, we definitely had to pivot how we did our business at that time. And you guys, again, it was hard for everybody, but it was it was hard, okay? But it truly was an amazing experience to teach us how amazing we can be. And when we, put our mind to it of how we can still continue our business and being successful again, but doing that with being authentic. I mean, there were videos that I had posted. I mean, like, oh my gosh, I'm on the verge, I'm scared that we might close, but again, it's definitely pivoting during that time. So, and not being afraid to share that.
Because even now it's not like it was before.
No.
So in starting a new business right now, I'm sure you're thinking about that a lot with not being able to have, as many in-person events and things like that. It's just all a little bit different.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of tools that to be used right now that are, even just like the added features on Zoom that you can do now, or whatever it might be that like makes it easier to do virtual stuff.
Yes. Or
do more stuff because you don't have to go out and set up and do it. You can just do it from your house.
Exactly.
So, we kind of in with our content, we included a lot of different things because we do so many different things and there's so many different tools out there. A big one for us is email marketing. It has not gone away. It is still a great tool. Do you remember when the Instagram blacked out last year? Well, I think a lot of people said this afterwards, but it really shows you like, okay, that was literally the only way we could contact people, because I think we lost power that day in the salon.
Yes.
Literally lost power. So we had no power. We had no social media capability. The only way we could really contact people was with our email, and that was the best way to reach people. And so that's kind of funny. People still open emails. You just have to be thoughtful about what you're putting where. You know, people want a different source of information in an email than they will on Instagram or that kind of thing. And that's stuff that you can find a lot of social media classes online, or we would be happy to share with you. But there's a lot of information about, you know, what platform is good for what. And again, sometimes that does change.
Yeah, and with the email marketing, you guys, you want to catch them instantly in the header. You know, that is how you want to grab their attention, you know, right away.
Yeah, so we might be posting something about a sale in an email. Well, we're not going to post the exact same thing on Instagram. It's a different kind of thing. Platform. People on email want to get the information. They want to have up-to-date information and just something quick to open up and get it and move on. Yeah. Whereas a newsletter, for instance, this is even a little bit different. Newsletters we use as a tool to drive business to our website, to our blog. On our newsletter, it's basically a collection of everything we have going on right now, but put in a newsletter form with a blog on there. It's kind of like, I don't want to say we're reusing everything, but you're just putting everything in, presenting it in a different way that makes it clear to people.
Yeah, most definitely.
And again, we found that as we thought, okay, we have so many things happening. How do we keep everyone up to date periodically in one place?
Yes.
So that might be something that's more down your alley with your business. Something like a newsletter, or you could do all of these things, you know, but, and then blog, you can start a blog for free. It could be, say you sell, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know where my ideas are. So say you sell lamps. I don't know why that's the word. Okay, so you sell a lamp on your blog. Okay, you're not just going to write a blog about all the different kinds of lamps. You're going to write a blog about how to style a lamp in your house, or you know, and it's still going to add value to your brand.
You're going to have links in that blog on
you're
different
get links,
ways to style.
You know, it's expanding your brand. Again, it's a feeling, it's a mood, it's a whole vibe. And again, a free outlet, and pretty user friendly. We started out with a separate blog. I think we used WordPress.
Yeah, WordPress.
And you know, eventually we did integrate it into our website, but we just started out with a normal blog at first.
Yeah.
And just, you know, sent it out that way and sent it out through email. And we've always loved even having that content to repost.
Yes.
Great memories. I mean, if we do something as a team, we'll post photos.
Yes.
So it's also adding a lot of value and really helping you get a feel of who Trixie's is in another way. Because again, you're going to post things differently and be able to have a lot more verbiage on a blog than even just like an Instagram post. We love to just have different social media campaigns. So we might think, okay, what do we want to do? We want to focus on talking about how we do extensions. So we're going to come up with just an idea of how we're going to talk about that. So we're just going to do it with a blog, and we just kind of outline, this is what we have going on this month. This is kind of what we're focusing on, and this is our campaign. It's nothing official, or I'm not the world's most organized person by any means, but you just pick one thing to focus on and start there.
And that's what's been great with having Andy also.
Yes,
is that she's been able to help us organize our thoughts, because we're definitely the idea people, and she's more of the analytical person, where she helps us put those ideas into a process, in a system, and how we can get that out into the world.
And along with that, let me switch my talk about creating a social media calendar. We have done different versions of this. I mean, like I said, I am not the most organized down to the detail person. I just need an idea. Monday is a general theme for this. Tuesday is a general theme for this. Whereas some people might literally plan down to the post, and whatever works for you is totally fine. I definitely find that being more organized is better, but again, don't make it stressed out to the point where you feel like you have to be.
You want to give up. And not even do it.
Yeah, whether you have this pressure for it to be perfect, or what, just get started and go from there. But even just creating a Google Doc or Word document, typing out what you want to see on a weekly basis, monthly, daily, whatever it is, and start there. There's also a lot of really great templates online. Of free, that's what I used before we had, professional help, was just using like a calendar to kind of outline what you want to post on certain days. And that can really help. Even just using like the holidays, national holidays, on something to play off of. When you're not sure what to post, using the national holiday calendar is always a fun way to like engage with your audience. So
it's donut day, my favorite pet day.
I mean, who doesn't love that stuff and repost that kind of stuff?
Exactly.
So if it works, aligns with your business, that kind of stuff is really great. For us, we kind of started with, like, as far as like the social media, like daily posting, with just having a theme to each day, and then posting some more things, just in the moment in stories and that kind of thing.
Anna, do you want to tell them real quick about Canva? Because we do utilize that a lot.
It's on a slide. We have some tools that we like to use, and we'll share those with you. But when you're focusing on social media, I think one of our poll questions was asking what your main maybe method or favorite social media outlet is, and I think mainly was Instagram, Facebook. Or maybe nothing yet. And that's cool too. Facebook and Instagram are going to be your main two. You're going to have, Facebook tends to be a little bit more informational, whereas Instagram is more visual. So if you kind of just think about it that way, it's a great place to start on knowing what to post where. If you post separately, like posting directly to Facebook and posting something directly to Instagram, it's going to be better than posting and having it repost to the other one, if that makes sense. You'll get better
analytics.
But don't stress out about stuff like that. If you're just getting started, just post it and see how it does. You can always adjust the next day or the next week.
Exactly.
But for those who like those details, that's kind of a good way to go. Instagram, you've got Instagram TV, which is a great way to post videos and have those on there with a good quality. You can even link to Instagram videos in your stories on there, but again, more specific stuff. But just get in there, create an account if you haven't already. Make sure it's a business account if it's a business page. You'll be able to view your analytics and see what is successful, what time people like to see your posts, that kind of stuff. We have a couple other ones listed, just common ones of what they're great for. So of course, YouTube video is as big as it ever is, and of course everyone watches YouTube or knows someone who's addicted to YouTube. It's a great place to just use your existing videos and post them there. You don't have to be a YouTube star unless you want to. Again, if you want to, that's awesome. But I found that as much as I thought I wanted to be one, like I don't know if I'll ever be that. But I'll help somebody else do it. So blogs, again, driving traffic, informational posts, sharing your story, newsletters, email marketing, all of that stuff like we talked about. And then don't forget about Google, Yelp, Bing, business page. Make sure you claim your page. Make sure the information is correct to ask people to review your business. That's a great place to start. Make sure you just start claiming your pages and they're not just sitting there stagnant. Because that is, I mean, if you look up a business and you see they haven't posted anything ever, you're just like, I mean, in our day and age, you want to see something. Even a Yelp page.
And you got
something.
Most definitely.
To know what to expect.
And again, starting out, you do not have to pay to play, like Hannah said, on Bing and Google and all of that. Just claim your page, post some pictures, have your website. If you have one, again, have some call to actions, but don't feel like you have to come, you know, right out of the gate paying for things. Like, we don't pay for Yelp.
No.
You know, that's just something that we've decided we don't want to do. We would rather use our monies towards maybe a Google ad or
we're just
a Facebook ad.
more intentional about what we are boosting or whatever. Just whatever is the most beneficial to us and what we get the most interaction from.
Most definitely.
Because you could go broke if you set up something every single day.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And not to mention, if people just see stuff every day, it just kind of starts like the same ad over and over. You know, it's just not. So Facebook has a really great setup for business pages that makes it really easy for you to post ads. That's a great place to start. It changes on what people say. Some people might say, oh, Facebook is better ads, Instagram. It changes all the time. I don't know what it was last time. I think it was that Facebook is better, but they're actually owned by the same people. So, you know, it's one of those.
Sierra, I know that you can't hear us, but maybe you can post in the comments. Does the center have a class for even helping new entrepreneurs set up a business page for Facebook and for Instagram?
We sure can have a class.
I think
maybe that's something we could help.
Yeah, that would too. Yeah, that'd be something we even get Andy in there. We'd love to help with, because it again, it can be very time consuming, and you want to make sure that it's set up correctly right from the very beginning.
Yep.
So that'd be
definitely something that we can match entrepreneurs with a volunteer who does that.
I love that.
That's even better.
Yes.
You know, you might sit there and get all the information, then go home and you're like, I forgot what they even told me to do.
Yeah. It might, like, I mean, do I really want to see, you know, the lamp and the hair salon person in the same group? To help set up my social media.
That lamp store. If there is someone who has a lamp store, tell me. I'd love to know. So yeah, this is kind of just an overview. What we want you to get out of it is not to be overwhelmed, but to just think of the possibilities. Whatever you do is fine. I mean, you have to start somewhere. And sometimes you might do better and sometimes you might not. You know, that's also nothing to be.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
That is what Sierra and the center is there for.
Yeah.
To help you. Sincerely, do not be afraid to ask for help.
Yes, being a company of one is overwhelming. Yeah,
that can be very, very much so. Very much so. And I think Wendy, you know, I'm just going to kind of
she's doing great.
Wendy is doing amazing. And Wendy is a dear friend of mine. Wendy had posted in the comments, thank you so much. Being a company of one is overwhelming. And it can be. And that's where finding solo entrepreneurs and asking them what's working for them, what's not working for them. Do not be afraid to ask for help, because that's where it all, you know, it all starts for sure.
And even if you have, like, think of, you know, maybe when you're ready to have someone actually help.
Yeah.
Think of like interns in school or your teenage daughter. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just maybe somebody who helps you make a couple fun TikToks for your business.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like, it doesn't have to be anything official or anything like that. Younger people are always going to like know everything about social media already.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, it's so true. I mean, you guys will come up with some things sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, that went over my head. And I'll come home to my 11-year-old and Marley will be like, oh yeah, I know how to do that.
How are you on time? Okay, so we're wrapping up. Just a couple of things we wanted to add. Talking about showing up authentically, I think we've kind of talked a lot about this, is to be yourself. And a big part of that for us, especially with branding, is to find your people. Find, you know, a networking. I know networking is a thing and people are scared of it or whatever it might be, but just find a group of people that are similar to you, that in what they like, people you feel comfortable with. Don't feel like you have to go to a bunch of network events just to say you did. Go to ones that you're actually going to get something out of. But it is good to do something like that to spread the word about your business. I mean, that's one thing Tricia has taught me since we opened is Chamber of Commerce is a great place to start. they will help you as much as they can, especially the great ones we have in Des Moines.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We have some amazing chambers of commerce. So
yes.
we're a part of the Fuse Des Moines, Fuse DSM, and the West Side Chamber. But then Trisha's really involved with NABO, Fem City. Even I consider being a part of like the inner circle with those girls a huge way to not network, but you just feel like you're getting together with people who have similar interests and vibes as you, and then it just is natural that you help support each other's businesses. So,
and Sierra, another class that would be great, like an authentic networking class, is you know, I took a couple of those. I think I've even taken one with you before, or we went to the same. Well, Annie, I mean, that was the most amazing class.
Yeah. Well, I just remember like years ago, you'd tell me to go to a chamber event, and then I would go and I'd hide in the corner. And I would take a picture to say I was there, and then be like, well, I got literally nothing out of that. I mean, I got to say I was there, but like, what was the point of that? And then you always find a few people that are like, you're comfortable around, but then, you know, you go to other things where it's just a little bit different, and you find people. And for me, it was like finding the right format of us. So like going to a happy hour situation is not my, like, that's not going to make, I'm not going to go up to people and hand them my card.
No,
it just ain't happening. But like taking a yoga class with a bunch of other women that I can relate to, that is it, you know, I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to be like a fake version of myself anyway. But there, with the chamber, there are so many, I'm not saying that about the chamber. There are good groups that are going to feel like something that is for you. Like you don't have to go to every event because you feel like you need to. Go to the ones that you are going to get some value out of, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I find with the Fuse Chamber and the West Side Chamber, they do really well at creating events like that you feel very comfortable at. Yeah, and that can get to know other people.
Because again, each of those settings has a different climate, and you will find out if that climate is for you or not. And how many events have we went to where it might not be our cup of tea. You know, it might have been a little bit stuffier, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Us as a whole at Trixie's, that's just not, we're not comfortable in that setting. You know, we have a tendency to be just, you know, a little bit louder. You know, we love to laugh, we love to have fun and all that. And not that those groups don't either, but
people know that we do not work in a corporate office setting.
Yes, I mean, that obviously. Those type of settings are not for us. But there's a purpose for those because, you know, some other people love those. They're networking.
So even like, for example, Lori says she does those. She stands in the corner awkwardly and does that too. I found, like I said, going to maybe a different kind of event is really beneficial. And even within the chamber or all those other groups you mentioned, they have started doing different kinds of events, or even like more virtual. I mean, try the
and it takes practice, you guys.
Yeah, you also have to just put yourself out there a little bit, because if you want to tell your business, you have to own it. I remember even with Trisha, like when we first opened, there was a thing where they were like, Trisha, you have to go in and say, I am the owner.
Yes.
Because like, they were like, you have to just say it. Yeah. And then you started doing that, and then people knew exactly who she was and what she was doing. It's not like she wasn't before, like that we didn't know that, but like she just started kind of, and then that people are like, oh, I want to know who she is. Yeah. Not that they didn't before. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And
and same with me. Like I manage this location. I'm a hairstylist, you know, like timidly, just like own who you are, own your business. This is my business, and this is, you know.
But you're not just a hairstylist. You wear many hats at Trixie's, and owning that and being proud of, you know, those titles. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, you guys. You have to be, I don't like to say sell yourself. That's not the right words, but being authentic in what it is that you're representing is what you always want to do.
And I feel like one of those things that we've gotten from the whole thing about being authentic is you don't have to engage with every business that you come across.
No,
like if you don't feel like it's right for you or vice versa, you don't have to fakely set up a meeting and then just like flake out on it.
No,
because that's where you get that yucky feeling of like, this is these forced interactions.
Yes.
Kind of that old school of like, let's get coffee for everything.
Do not do that to yourself, you guys.
Trisha's learned that too. I think with COVID, that's taught us too, because you had to kind of be like, well, I can't get together, but let's do maybe a quick phone call. And if you decide at that time, no, this isn't quite right, then you're not spending all that time.
Exactly. Yes. And you guys, in being clear in your communication is always kind. It is always kind. And don't ever forget that. And so like Hannah said, don't be afraid to, do the 5 to 10 minute phone call, see what it is. If there's a connection, great. And if there's not, that's great also. There's nothing wrong with that in being honest. Yeah. And I think we could all, be better at that, honestly, and not being afraid to speak that truth.
Yeah. So lastly, kind of wrapping up here, if you have any comments so far, feel free to add them to the chat, but this is some of our favorites. These are just off the top. There's so many more, but I just wanted to throw a few out there that were kind of recently on my mind, especially with accounts to follow. We had to put Inner Circle on there. Andy with Creative DSM. Lisa with Flourishing Marketing. She's a great person to follow because she posts free tips all the time on her stories. Just whatever is a new feature on Instagram, she'll show you how to use it. It's great. She's great to follow, and you can also work with her too for more than just her free tips. But she's really, really great.
She is
at those little fun things.
And she's so down to earth. Yes. And fun. Yeah, she's easy to follow.
Annie Woods, we had mentioned her networking authentically. So we had to shout out to that because we've referenced it how many times. Of course, our podcast, in case you wanted to remember that. DSM partnership is another thing. They have so many classes, lunch and learns, things like that. And there are so many other resources. That was just, again, one of those I had just been thinking about lately because there was something I was wanting to go to. And that's the thing. There's so much free. Can you tell him
we take advantage? No,
I'll take anything free. I will take advantage of that because especially if it's something that I find value in, then I will maybe actually hire that on. But I'm not just going to go around, doing a bunch of things and paying for them because I'm too cheap.
And you guys, I'm going to tell you, that's what I've loved about COVID. I have taken some free classes with professors from Harvard on inner healing and the technical classes that we've taken. I mean, seriously, with that aspect and in that part of COVID, it has been amazing. Truly amazing. I mean, classes we would have never been able to take.
Definitely. And then here's just some of our favorite tools. Canva is a huge one. I would recommend you can do it for free. You can do an upgraded version, which I do like because you can keep all of your branding things, so all of your colors, your logos, all in one space. So anytime you make an image, it keeps your branding, and you can just tweak little things about it instead of always just having to do that manually. So Canva is a huge one. If you ever want help on that, I'd be happy to help you explain how to use it because I just love it. It's very user-friendly editing to create images. So later is just a thing to schedule out posts. There are many other ones out there. Find one that you like. That way you could just post once or twice a day and schedule those out and not have to worry about it so that you don't feel like you're constantly on your phone. Or if you want to take a break, you can still have content posts every so often. Where, we still love our in the moment posts. And it's okay if sometimes you're not, like 4th of July, we're not feeling like pressure to post all day because it's a holiday. You got to be real too. But later is nice to, especially with those campaigns that you want to keep posting regularly.
And you guys, real quick, if there's a time that you want to take a break from social media, as we all do, even for your business, and you know what, and that is healthy. It is healthy for the soul, for the spirit, for the mind. Do that. And even if it's you want to plan a week out so it posts, or if you even want to make a comment that just says, you know what, I'm taking a break. I am taking a break. I need a break for my spirit, my soul, my mind. Do it. That is okay. That is okay. So I just wanted to make sure that we said that too.
definitely. Just a couple other, you can check out these apps. These are just some video editing apps. I'm basic and I like the iMovie app on my phone, just mainly for like clipping something out, speeding or slowing it down, basic stuff like that. You could add captions very easily. There's even auto captioning out there. Snapseed's a great photo editor, especially if you are a little bit more into that. It has a lot more features. Mobile Monkey is a really great feature that you can use to help with text marketing. It can have like an automated bot that can help direct people places. So if you don't want to have to do those introductory questions, it can do it for you. Very affordable, $10 or less a month to use those features. MailChimp is great for newsletters, very user-friendly. You can make it look nice and do things that way. We use that. And then Google Drive is such a valuable resource for everything because you can just like collaborate with people, send stuff back and forth, and again, free.
We love free.
So yeah, check those guys out. If you picked one, I would try Canva and create. Just think of one thing off the top of your head, like I want to post this about my business. Create a fun little image and post it. And with that, we are doing a little bit of a giveaway. So we would like to invite you guys to join the giveaway. So how you can enter to win is we want you to create either it can be a series of posts, it can just be one post. We don't care. We just want it to be an intentional, thoughtful post. And we want you to tag Trixie's Salon and Spa on Instagram or Facebook. And basically just do your normal post, tag us, and then we will pick one winner that will receive $250 to use with Andy with Creative DSM. So that she does digital marketing. She's an expert on Google, SEO, anything social. We work with her and she sends us stories to use each week. Like it's such a nice thing. So she can help you. She'll tell you how she can help you. So make those posts. We can't wait to see how creative everyone is.
And we're going to share them.
If you need to create a social media page first, start with that. Super simple to do. We can help if you need to. Just send us a message. And I'm sure any of the wonderful people at the center can help you also. But, or again, your teenage daughter maybe or whatever. Somebody.
Or son.
I don't know why I keep saying daughter.
Hey ladies, is there an end date for the giveaway?
This next week. So let's do the date of.
So I'm just thinking I will be sending all of the attendees an email, and so I'll include this in there as a reminder.
Okay, great. So why don't we do by the end of like next week? Just to give a little time.
Should we do next
Should
Monday?
we do Monday the 20th? No, Monday the 13th?
Yeah,
Monday the 13th. So just any posts, tag us. That's all you have to do to enter. And then we can't wait to see you and follow all of you guys on social media.
And again, you guys, about collaboration. It's, we just reached out to Andy and said, hey, we would love to do this. And I mean, she was so excited, so excited to be able to help. So
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything? I guess that's probably our time. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
Yeah,
we could keep talking.
You could schedule us for 5 hours and we would fill up the entire time.
I would be here with snacks.
Yes.
I know. I don't know if you guys follow Trixie's, but if you do, you might have seen during quarantine, we literally on Tuesdays had drinks live. And like each week. Like we're just like, whatever, why not?
Yeah. Yep.
It's fun.
We love to get together. We love the community aspect, but yes. So you guys, sincerely, best of luck to you. We are sending you so much love, light, and grace in your definitely new endeavors. And again, Sierra, kudos to you in your new position at the center. You're going to do amazing things, and you guys are in such great hands. And we look forward to coming and doing more with the center. And again, like Hannah had said, we're here to help, and don't be afraid to reach out.
Thank you, ladies. And one thing that these two haven't mentioned is they're talking about how to build their brand. But if you love everything that you're seeing on their social media platforms, book an appointment and you will love your experience literally with any of the hairdressers.
Yeah.
They are
you so much.
incredible, and you seem immediately part of the family, and you just fit in.
Thank you, honey.
All right, my friends, have a wonderful day.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.